770 Radio K.
Music from Vime, from his new album, Geran, out on Northside Records. Vime will be performing in part of the Nordic Roots Festival coming up this coming weekend of April 1st through 4th, a big 4-day festival of Scandinavian music. Vime is from Finland. And we also heard from Garmarna, who actually have a new album that I haven't gotten my hands on, but it's just out within the last week, I do believe. But this was something we heard from their previous album, God's Musicians. Garmarna from Sweden, and also another group performing at the Nordic Roots Festival. I'm going to continue to run down a few of the times and information for the sets happening as part of this festival. Let's see, where were we? I'm not going to list all of them because there's so many events. You might want to pick up a Cedar Cultural Center newsletter if you are interested to look at the entire schedule. But I see Hoven Droven, who have been to town before, will be performing, and they're from Sweden. We've played them a fair amount here on Radio K. They will be playing Saturday night at the 400 Bar, Them and Garmarna both being more rock-oriented, showing up at the 400 bar. Some of the more folky sounds like Vesson, who we have playing in the background right now, will be at the Cedar Cultural Center. Vime, who we just heard from, will be, which they attribute him to being from Samiland. He's a Sami performer, but Finland, if that's a little more familiar for you, he will be performing Sunday evening at the Cedar Cultural Center at 7:30 p.m. That's Vime, who we just heard. Hedningarna, who we will hear from in a couple minutes, is a group from Sweden and Finland, and they will be performing Sunday evening at the Cedar Cultural Center, as well as, well, it lists here April 1st through 3rd at 8 p.m. at the Southern Theater. So Hedningarna will be performing quite a bit, it sounds like. And Sanakirki Suonio, who we will also hear from, probably will do a set during their concert of solos and duets happening on Sunday at 1 o'clock at Cedar Cultural Center, along with many of the other well-known performers from several of the groups that we've mentioned and heard from this morning. Again, this is all part of the Nordic Roots Festival happening April 1st through 4th. Primarily groups from the Northside record label here put out in Minneapolis, but groups mostly from Sweden and Finland performing. If you want any more information about some of these shows, give me a call at 612-626-4770. I have music from the group Hedningarna lined up next from their new album, Karelia Visa, out on Northside, of course. And this is music from what used to be part of Finland in the Karelian area of Finland, and is now part of Russia. And we're going to hear a piece from their album now, Hedningarna, on Radio K International.
you've only heard us on the air, then you haven't seen it all.
Be sure to tune in and check out the new Radio K Video Showcase, Video K.
Now Video K is louder, stronger, and reaches further every Monday and Thursday throughout the metro area. Check your local cable listings or click on www.radiok.org for date, time, and channel.
We've had your ears for over 5 years, and now we're giving your eyes a try.
Video K, brought to you in part by First Avenue and Radio K.
770 Radio K. This is the sound of real college radio.
Requested music from Angelique Kidjo from her latest album, Oremi. That's going out for Aubrey. Angelique Kidjo from Benin, West Africa, of course. We also heard from Hedningarna, one of the groups performing at the Nordic Roots Festival coming up April 1st through 4th. And something from Hedningarna's latest album, Karelia Visa. And I'm afraid I'm not going to have time to get in a few of the things that I said I would try to get in, including the Sanakurki Suonio, who's one of the singers from Hedningarna, also performing, obviously as part of Hedningarna and doing some solo performances, most likely as part of the Nordic Roots Festival. Again, if you're interested in more information about that festival or specific concerts, give me a call, 612-626-4800. 844-770. I'll be glad to pass on any more information. Otherwise, just pick up one of those Cedar Cultural Center newsletters, and it's got a big 2-page spread on all the different shows and a little information about some of the bands and what type of music they'll be performing. And I won't have time to play that Hawaiian music that I picked up last week this week, but I will put it on next week when I'll be joined by General Moses from the Rude Radio show from Saturdays 10 to noon, and hopefully we can get in somebody or some people from the Nordic Roots Festival to talk a little bit about what's, at that point it will be what has been happening as part of that festival. But I've got another request to squeeze in before we go here. It's the group Los Super 7, and it's some sort of rootsy sounding Latin music here from Los Super 7 from the self-titled album on Radio K International.
Navegando en alta mar, hoy cantar una sirena. Y yo me puse a escuchar los versos de una cadena, los versos de una cadena que cantaba sin cesar. La sirena encantada porque Dios lo decretó. Soy la sirena encantada porque Dios lo decretó. Por él fui sacrificada, por eso me encuentro yo, por eso me encuentro yo en la inmensidad del agua. Inmensidad del agua fueron mis habitaciones. En la inmensidad del agua fueron mis habitaciones. A mí nunca se me acaban los versos de mis canciones, los versos de mis canciones que canto en estas tonadas.
Requested music from Los Super 7. La Sirena is the name of the track. That was a fairly popular record, including some big names like, no, I'm not going to spot them. Santiago Jimenez and Flaco Jimenez. The whole Jimenez clan shows up on that. Now, there's it's a collaboration of 7 artists, Los Super 7. If you didn't guess that. Requested music here on Radio K International, which is just coming to a close now. We're going to make way for Harry Shear's Le Show. Of course, Radio K International is made possible by the Electric Fetus, and I'll be back next Sunday morning at 10 for an extra special Easter edition. Stay tuned this afternoon for Cosmic Slop, the Forgotten Pop of the 70s, which I believe is starting at 2 o'clock these days, now that we have a little signs of spring in the air and the days are longer. Also, don't forget about the Nordic Roots Festival coming up April 1st through 4th. Here's Harry Shear.
Well, sir, just because if I don't say this at the beginning of the broadcast. The welter of more recent developments will have totally blurred my consciousness, so I'll never get around to it. But just catching up on last week's big TV show that originated from Los Angeles. You probably remember it. You probably slept through some of it. But my question would be just this. If you knew that your honorary Oscar was the most controversial one in recent history, and that there were going to be protests and all sorts of attention focused on you and on the granting of the honorary Oscar to you, wouldn't you at least write your acceptance remarks? Why would you ad-lib those? Why would you ad-lib those starting with, I've been a member of this Academy on and off for I don't know how long? Wouldn't you look that up? Of course, why would you ad-lib the good nights if you're the host of the Academy Awards? You've got a writing staff that's larger than, than the Serbian Human Rights Committee. Wouldn't you write your closing comments? Wouldn't you have them written for you? Why would you? It was like, of all the things that amazed me most on the Oscar show last week, it was the ad-libbing. But nobody ever said Elia Kazan could write. He was just a good director, I guess. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that out of the way. Now, one more piece of old business. Weeks ago, I bitched and moaned to you about the sad fate of being an author, and Exhibit A in that screed was the fact that my book had been miraculously and mysteriously overpriced by the computer at Amazon.com. Went from $15 to $55, and took a long time to tweak it back down, urge it back down. A fine member of the listening audience of this broadcast emailed me this week at lemail@interworld.net to point out that I wasn't the only victim. Misery, of course, does love company, and it now marks the first thing that I have in common with Bill Gates. Yes, I went to Amazon.com this week and checked out Bill Gates' newest book, whatever it's called. Pay Me Some More Money, I think it's called. And the price at Amazon.com, at least the day I went there,